Hello and welcome. As a hotel AI expert with extensive experience in modern hospitality operations, I'm very pleased to welcome all of you, the students of Europe Hotel School, to your online learning journey. Today, we're going to dive into something that's really at the heart of what we do, the art of digital hospitality, and how we can connect with our guests at every single stage of their journey. Let's get started. So, here's our game plan. First, we'll get into why direct communication is just so powerful. From there, we'll map out the entire guest lifecycle. You can think of that as our roadmap. We'll use that to figure out how to craft the perfect messages before guests arrive and after they've gone home. And finally, we'll bring it all together with the core principles that make an email strategy not just good, but truly excellent. So let's start with a big question. With all the digital channels out there, social media, apps, you name it, why do we focus so intently on email? Well, the answer really lies in the unique kind of relationship it allows us to build. It's all about trust and direct access. I mean, just think about the fundamental difference here for a second. Social media, it's basically like shouting into a massive, crowded room. You're competing for attention, and these mysterious algorithms are deciding who even sees your message. But email? Email is completely different. It's a direct, personal line to a guest's inbox. When someone gives you their email, they're granting you a real privilege. It's a one-on-one dialogue, and we have to treat it with that level of respect and strategy. Okay, so if email is this special privilege, how do we use it effectively? Well, we need a roadmap, and that map is what we call the guest lifecycle. It's the framework that helps us make sure every single message we send is relevant, timely, and most importantly, welcome. So what is the guest lifecycle, really? Well, the crucial point is this. It's the simple acknowledgement that a traveler's mindset and needs are constantly changing. The way you communicate with someone who just excitedly booked their trip is totally different from how you talk to them after they've returned home, right? Understanding this is the key. It's what allows us to be helpful, not intrusive. And here's the path we're going to follow. It all kicks off the moment a reservation is confirmed and continues long after a guest has checked out. Each of these 5 stages represents a distinct golden opportunity to enhance the guest experience through really thoughtful communication. So let's start right at the beginning, the pre-stay experience. Now, the pre-stay period is our first real chance to make a tangible impression. This is where we get to transform a simple transaction into the beginning of a genuine hospitality experience. This is where we build anticipation. The process is really quite logical. First, a warm, reassuring confirmation email immediately sets a positive tone. Next, a pre-arrival email with practical information, things like directions or check-in procedures, reduces travel friction and shows you're thinking ahead for them. And then, finally, you can introduce your services in a way that feels relevant. For a couple, maybe that's a dining reservation. For a business traveler, maybe it's details on meeting facilities. It's all about anticipating their needs. But of course, the journey doesn't just stop at checkout. In fact, you could argue that the post-stay phase is where the seeds of true, long-lasting loyalty are really planted. The conversation has to continue. The goals here are crystal clear. We start by simply saying thank you. Then we show we value their opinion by inviting feedback. And this is so crucial for our own improvement. Only after that can we gently suggest a return visit, maybe with an offer that makes sense for them. The entire sequence is designed to reinforce that relationship, making the guest feel valued even after they've left. Okay, so we've covered the when and the what of our communication. Now let's zoom out to the how, the foundational principles that make every single email effective and a true reflection of your brand. I want you to think of your strategy as resting on these 4 pillars. Personalization is what makes it relevant. Timing and automation make it timely and efficient. Content quality makes it valuable. And finally, measurement allows you to constantly learn, refine, and improve. The key thing here is none of these can stand alone. They all have to work together in harmony. And this is what advanced personalization really looks like in practice. It goes so far beyond just using a first name. It's about using what you know about their past behavior to anticipate their future interests. A family that used the pool, they get news about the new kids club. A couple who loved the fine dining restaurant, they hear about the new menu first. This is communication that truly demonstrates that you know and value your guest. Of course, strategy is nothing without data. We improve in a simple 2-step cycle. First, we communicate. Then, we listen to what the data tells us. Open rates tell us if our subject lines are compelling, while click behavior reveals what content actually resonated with them. This feedback loop is the engine of continuous improvement. If you remember just one thing from this entire explainer, please let it be this. Every single message you send should extend the feeling of care and service your guests receive when they're on the property. It should never, ever feel like an unwanted ad. And this is the ultimate mindset shift we need to make. We are not advertisers, we are hoteliers, we are hosts. And our digital communication has to reflect that mission. It's an act of service, and it's an extension of our welcome. So I'll leave you with this question. As you move forward in your careers, think about every message you send not as just another task, but as a genuine opportunity. An opportunity to use communication to build relationships, create loyalty, and transform a simple stay into a truly lasting experience.